Hey, math enthusiasts. 6 months ago, we blew your minds with virtual numbers, a totally new way to think about numbers, where the key rule is exponential, not algebraic. Today, we're diving deep, building this system from the ground up, step by step. Get ready to see how e to the j equals -1 unlocks a whole new mathematical world. For centuries, mathematicians built complex numbers by saying the square root of -1 equals I, an algebraic rule that gave us the complex plane. But what if we take a totally different path? With virtual numbers, we define a new unit, j, where e to the j equals -1. It's an exponential foundation, and it's going to lead us to some mind-blowing differences. Let's dive in. So, what's a virtual number? It's super simple. It's an ordered pair written as v equals a plus bj, where a and b are real numbers, and j is our special virtual unit defined by one rule. E to the j equals -1. Unlike complex numbers, we're not assuming anything about j squared or j cubed yet. Everything we discover will come straight from this exponential definition. Let's start exploring. Now let's derive something big, the virtual Euler formula, our version of the classic equation that ties exponentials to sines and cosines. We're starting fresh, using only our definition of j, where e to the j equals -1. Um, our goal is to understand what e to the j over 2 times theta looks like. Buckle up. This is where things get exciting. To figure out what e to the j over 2 times theta is, we use a formal power series expansion. That's just a fancy way of writing it as an infinite sum. The sum from n equals 0 to infinity of e to the j over 2 times theta to the n divided by n factorial. This series is rock solid mathematically, so we're good to go. Let's break it down further. Okay, let's organize this series by splitting it into even and odd terms. For even terms, where n equals 2k, we get the sum from k equals 0 to infinity of e to the jk times theta to the 2k over 2k factorial. For odd terms, where n equals 2k plus 1, we pull out an e to the j over 2 and get another sum. This split is going to make things so much clearer. Watch this. Now here's where our definition shines. Since e to the j equals -1, e to the jk becomes -1 to the k. Plugging that in, our even terms become the sum of -1 to the k times theta to the 2k over 2k factorial. That's just cosine theta. The odd terms give us e to the j over 2 times sine theta. So we've got it, e to the j over 2 times theta equals cos theta plus e to the j over 2 times sine theta. That's our virtual Euler formula. Look at this beauty. Our virtual Euler formula says e to the j over 2 times theta equals cos theta plus e to the j over 2 times sine theta. It's so similar to the classical Euler formula, but instead of I, we've got e to the j over 2 playing the starring role. This is a huge step in understanding virtual numbers. Let's keep going. Let's test our formula by setting theta equal to pi. Plugging in, we get e to the j over 2 times pi equals cos pi plus e to the j over 2 times sine pi. Since cos pi is -1 and sine pi is 0, this simplifies to -1, but our definition says e to the j equals -1. If we assume the exponential is 1 to 1, that means e to the j over 2 times pi must equal j. Let's use this to find j squared. Starting with e to the j over 2 times pi equals j, let's square both sides. That gives us pi squared times e to the j equals j squared. Since e to the j is -1, we get pi squared times -1 equals j squared. So j squared equals -pi squared. Unlike I squared equals -1 in complex numbers, our virtual unit gives us this surprising result. This is huge. Using e to the j over 2 times pi equals j, we can rewrite e to the j over 2 as j over pi. Plugging this into our virtual Euler formula, we get a general form, e to the jx equals cos pi x plus j over pi times sine pi x. Let's test it. For x equals 1, we get cos pi plus j over pi times sine pi, which is -1, matches our definition. For x equals 2, we get cos 2 pi plus j over pi times sine 2 pi, which is 1. This formula is rock solid. Let's define the logarithm for a virtual number v equals a plus bj as long as it's not 0. First, we need the modulus, or the size of v. In virtual numbers, that's the square root of a squared plus pi times b squared. Notice the pi, it's because j scales differently than I in complex numbers. Picture it like finding the length of a vector in a virtual space. Now let's find the angle. To find the angle or argument of our virtual number, we use tangent. Tan pi phi equals pi b over a. Solving for phi, we get phi equals 1 over pi times arctan pi b over a. That pi in the angle is unique to virtual numbers. It's stretching our angle to fit this new system. Now we're ready to put it all together for the logarithm. Here's the full logarithm. ln v equals ln of the modulus plus j times phi. Plugging in our modulus and angle, we get 1 over 2 ln a squared plus pi squared b squared plus j over pi times arctan pi b over a. Let's try it out. For v equals -1, we get ln magnitude 1 equals j, perfect. For v equals j, we get ln pi plus j over 2. This logarithm is clean and single-valued, unlike complex numbers. Awesome. Let's break it down with a comparison table to see how -1, the square root of -1, and the natural log of -1 behave in real, complex, and virtual numbers. For -1, in real numbers, we define it as r to the first in the dyadic system. Check out my video on dyadic construction for more on that. In complex numbers, -1 is just part of the system inherited from the reals. Same for virtual numbers. It's a core element. Now, the square root of -1. It's undefined in reals, but in complex numbers, it's I, where I squared equals -1, and I can be anything non-real. In virtual numbers, it's defined as e to the j over 2, which equals j over pi. Super cool. Finally, the natural log of -1 is undefined in reals, but in complex numbers, it's pi times I. In virtual numbers, it's just j, thanks to e to the j equaling -1, with j being anything non-real. These differences show how virtual numbers flip the script on traditional math. And there you have it, a complete step-by-step journey into virtual numbers. From their exponential definition to the virtual Euler formula and logarithms, we've built a new mathematical world from scratch. If you loved this deep dive, hit that like button, subscribe for more, and drop your thoughts in the comments. Until next time, keep exploring the boundaries of mathematics.